Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Anandita and my channel is about lifestyle. Today is Sunday. I'll talk about how you can talk nicely and flawlessly in English. And there's a very common thing, and when someone says thank you, we always hear welcome. That makes us sound monotonous. So when you are in office or you are in an official party or something, uh, people say thank you and you just say you're welcome every time, perhaps 10 times a day. Today I'll tell you 10 different things which will help you sound little bit what should I say? A person with some new words, so that will add to your personality, that will add to your confidence, that will add to your vocab as well. So in different situations, when people say thank you, you simply do not say you're welcome, you say something else which is little different, which will make you sound good. So without wasting any further time, let's get started. When someone says thank you for something which you are supposed to do, instead of saying you're welcome, you say, oh, no problem. Yeah, sure, no problem. Which means, I know that I'm supposed to do this. You don't really have to thank me for that. However, guys, when you are saying things instead of you're welcome, please take care of your voice tone, because that makes a lot of difference. Your tonality, your body language, and your way of delivering words can actually make you sound either rude or friendly. So when you are not saying something which is very common, please take care of your body language, take care of your voice tonality also. Sometimes you can say thank you. That's an exception, guys. Normally, when someone says thank you, you should not say thank you. That sounds stupid. But in few cases, like you go to a party and the host says, thank you for coming. You say, thank you for inviting. Thank you for inviting me to the party. You really made my day. I'm so happy to be here. So in that situation, when someone says thank you, you also say thank you. Sometimes you do least of the things which does not really take much of your time and effort. People say thank you. Then you can say, it was nothing, which means you're kind of happy to do that. It gives you some kind of pleasure, and obviously you didn't do a favor. So just to imply these kind of feelings, this kind of vibe, you can always say it was nothing instead of you're welcome. You can say this was the least I could do. I'll tell you when. For an example, your neighbor wants to go to the airport and can't book a cab. Then you drop him or her to the airport. She says, thank you. You say, that's the least I could do, instead of just saying you're welcome. Number 5, you can say, anytime. For an example, suppose you are a boy or a man, you kind of like a girl. One fine morning, like she's going to college, you don't expect, but she kind of approaches and tells you, can you please drop me? After dropping, she says thank you. You will say, anytime. Like, I'm so happy to do that. Come on, give me a chance once again. I would like to drop you again. So you say, yeah, anytime, instead of saying you're welcome. Sometimes you say, mention not. That's a very old way of responding to thank you. You say, mention not, or no mention please. So that was number 6. Number 7. Number 7 is, for an example, you see someone's car light is on, or the parking light is on, or you realize that your neighbor perhaps went outside and kept the keys hanging at the door. You take the keys and you call them and say, see, this is what has happened. Like, I saw your car light was on, or you just went out and your keys were outside hanging to the door. and I'm keeping them with me. When you come, please take it from me. Then your neighbor says, thank you. You say, no worries. Matlab, I'm always there for you. Don't worry. If you were in my place, you would have done the same thing. So you say, no worries. So you don't really have to thank me for something I'm supposed to do. Number 8. Sometimes we say, it's my pleasure, or the pleasure is mine, or just pleasure. So sometimes we say this little ironically also, right? Someone says thank you and you kind of say, yeah, pleasure is mine. So when you actually mean to say that I did a favor to you, instead of thanking me for that, you rather change yourself. So this is one situation when you can say, yeah, my pleasure. Or in another situation when you're really happy to do that, right? Just in a different sense, when you got a chance to do something and you're really happy for that. So genuinely say, it's my pleasure. I'm so happy to do this. For an example, there's a program in your society or something, and people just give you a chance to be a chief guest. You go there, they say thank you, you say my pleasure, like you're really happy to be there. That's an honor for you. So in that kind of situation also you can say my pleasure. Or in some kind of situation when you really want to be little, what should I say, I mean, you want to make the other person feel that this is not the situation expected from you, then you can say, yeah, my pleasure. So these are the two ways when you can say something else instead of saying you are welcome. Number 9, you can say, someone says thank you, you say, if I was in your place, I would have done the same thing. It's just a longer sentence instead of you are welcome, but that means a lot. For an example, your neighbor is going somewhere and she wants you to take care of the children. You do this. She comes back and she says, thank you so much. You say, no, don't bother. If you were in my place, you would have done the same thing. So you're not saying you're welcome, but in a friendly way, in a casual tone, you are kind of giving some positive vibe. That's another way of avoiding the monotony of saying you're welcome every time. Sometimes you really go out of your way to help someone, right? And then you get a thank you, just a thank you. And you know that you deserve more. And then you say, that's all right. So within brackets, like, I did so much for you and you are saying thank you. Really. It's all right. But again, please, when we talk, we should always take care of our body language and our tonality, right? What we say is definitely important, but more than that, the most important part is how we say. So when you are saying it's all right, please make sure the other person is not hurt, right? After you do something for someone, if you just by saying something in a little bit cynical tone, like you kind of spoil it, and obviously you don't want to do that, right? So if you have done a lot for someone and that someone comes up with just a thank you, that might annoy you a lot. You might not feel like saying it's okay or my pleasure or like, yeah, you're welcome or something like that. Just say, yeah, that's all right, kind of, yeah, it was kind of my duty, and yeah, you don't really have to thank me for that. I deserve more. Right? Guys, I have given you 10 different ways, 10 different phrases that you can always use when you do not really want to say you are welcome. That will not make you sound monotonous. That will make something, some difference, it will add to your vocab. So my sole purpose is to make you say different things, to make you sound good, right? And I always say no one is perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm still learning and I'm sharing with you guys also. So if you are really fond of saying you're welcome, and you don't want to say that because you've already said it so many times, you can say you're most welcome. That makes you sound more formal, more official. So if you are in your workplace and you have to say you're welcome, you can say politely you're most welcome. Or in a very Indian way, you can say you're always welcome. You're always welcome is not grammatically right because, yeah, obviously, I mean, it's not right. However, you can still say you're always welcome, which means you ask me for anything, I will always be happy to help you. I would always be happy to do that. So you say you're always welcome. Or you can say you are most welcome. That's actually add to your confidence, adds to your way of doing things, right guys? So whatever knowledge I have, I kind of shared with you guys so that you guys can actually improve, you guys can actually talk English as flawlessly or as perfectly as possible. However, try and follow some audiobooks, they are really helpful. If this video has been helpful guys, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and always hit the subscribe button guys. Don't forget to hit the bell icon if you want my videos again. So thank you once again for staying with me. It is really a pleasure to be with you guys. Thank you once again. Take care. Bye bye.